All right, thank you very much. I have a limited time. All right, like I said on Friday, I said something about Elijah. The chariot of fire that came and the horses of fire. Take note, the fire there was not for burning, it was for brightness. The fire there was not to consume Elijah, but to make his departure conspicuous, so that people who stood far away trying to view what was happening could actually see what God was doing. So the fire, the chariot of fire, was not for burning. The horses of fire was not for burning. It was for brightness, not to consume him, but to make his departure conspicuous. And of course, that Elijah himself also was honored at his departure, unlike Elisha, that was honored after his departure. When he died, when he was buried, that the dead man was thrown to his sepulchre, and his bone did touch the dead man, and he came back to life. So Elisha was honored after his departure, but Elijah was honored at his departure. And of course, when they crossed Jordan, that was when Elijah was taken up by the whirlwind. So Elijah also was magnified before Elisha at his exit of Jordan. But remember what happened to Joshua. Joshua first had to cross Jordan, and God said to him in Joshua 10, he said, I will magnify you before the children of Israel. So Joshua was magnified at his entrance to Jordan, trying to cross Jordan. But Elijah was magnified after he had crossed Jordan. That was when he was taken up. And of course, I said something, that the mantle of Elijah would not come upon Elisha if he did not shout, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. Do you know why? You see, mantles and inheritance, please pay attention. Mantles and inheritance are not given to servants. And that is why when Elijah was caught up in the atmosphere, in the air, Elisha shouted and said, my father, my father. If he had called my master, there's no way the mantle would have fallen upon him. Why? Like I said, mantles, inheritance were not given to servants, are not given to servants. They are given to son. It is only a son, a child, that can say father. That is why when Jesus came, he said, when ye pray, thus shall ye pray, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And so Elisha was able to echo into the corridors of eternity from time, and he began to download the divine intelligence. He said, if I call him master, nothing will happen. So he had to acknowledge him as a father and said, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. His mantles are given to son. Now the mantle of Elijah came upon him. And remember, before now, he was following him from Gilgal, Bethel, Jericho, and Jordan, all those 4 places. I know they have their spiritual significance. He stood a taste of time before the mantle fell upon him. Elijah was telling him, say, if you can see when I am taken up, then a double portion of my spirit will come upon you. Other prophets were aware that Elijah was about to be taken up. They were aware, they heard about it, they were knowledgeable about it, they had knowledge about what was about to happen. Horses of fire